Your name is Jack Pitt. You're an American cop undercover as a British policeman in London. Purpose of your mission is unclear for some reason. It is possible that crucial information has been withheld from you. Or maybe you just forgot. For now, the only thing that matters is that you do not blow your cover. Do not trust anyone. Before your departure to London, you were thoroughly trained in the art of undercover coppery. With that in mind, this should be a walk in the park. Oh, and one more thing. You hate crime and degeneracy more than anything in the world. Press enter to continue. Since you just arrived in London this morning, you haven't really had time to get adjusted to your surroundings yet. To help you get settled in this unsettling and strange environment, the local police force has assigned one of their top policemen, Mr. Stuart Cucumber Field, to help you get acquainted with the city. Is there a way to make this faster? Text faster? I don't know. Oh well. Mr. Stuart Cucumber Field. Jack Pitt, my golly, pleasure to have you in our ranks, my boy. Would you like to go first then? What would you like to say? Say, put a sock in it, you old prat, and let's go for a ride, eh? Or press 2, say, since I'm undercover, maybe we shouldn't go outside without a good reason to do so. Why would I say that? Okay. You and Mr. Stuart Cucumber Field are riding along the bricky-looking and fishy-smelling streets of ye old Londonmonium in his sad and poorly constructed British police vehicle. The car makes a deafening rattling noise as it bounces from one side of the road to the other. On the other sidewalk, you see someone smoking a pipe ironically. Busily staring down a bricky alley, you suddenly lay your eyes upon a group of the worst degenerate criminal scum you ever seen in your life. There's gotta be a way to speed up the tags. Guess not. Your cop heart starts to beat with a mad frenzy. Hey, Cumberfield, pull over. I need to arrest all these filthy lawbreakers immediately. Blind with rage, you grab the wheel and steer the car over the sidewalk towards the alley. Heavens, Pitt. What's gotten into you? Or they're just some normal teenagers. His words do not reach your cauliflower cop ears as you violently exit the car. Press enter to continue. You let your giant cop jaw lead the rest of your body as you march into the alleyway. The Dickinson-looking crowd of 3 turn their anemic faces towards you. They show an infuriating lack of interest in your arrival. One of the kids is the obvious leader. His brick red hair almost camouflages the top of his head against the brick walls of the alley. The degenerate criminal leader. Boy, looky here, lads. It's Fuzz. He says in a monotone, emotionless voice. Well, my bad. At this point, your cop instincts have completely taken over. Seize this criminal activity at once and surrender to the law. Mr. Stuart Cucumberfield watches the situation unfold with puzzled astonishment. He does not say anything, however, which you naturally interpret as acceptance and maybe even admiration of your behavior. The boy who spoke looks at you with an equally puzzled expression. The young criminal leader. You're a strange copper, ain't ya? Think you're really hard, eh? Well, before you beat us all to a pulp, allow us to introduce ourselves. My name is Mondo And these here lads are Steve, and Bernard. Right, circus this is. Yeah, bloody mental, ain't it? Copper is having a wobbler. We have a feeling that Steve and Bernard, will have a little to no impact on the events of this story. The unexpectedly calm behavior of Mondo has, however, thrown you off a bit. So, what's this all about, then, Copper? What would you like to say or do? Okay? Let's see. Say, I am the law, surrender immediately. Press 2, say, I'm on a secret mission with unknown purpose. Option 3, just clap Mondo in the forehead. 1. Okay. Mondo and his friends look at you with strange, almost pitiful expressions on their faces. Mr. Stuart Cumberfield is looking down at his shoes in embarrassment. You are starting to lose control over the situation. Yeah, Copper? See, I don't believe you. You're a real copper. Yeah, bullocks. Throw them in the bin. You're gonna have to prove yourself to us, ain't you? This is how we're gonna do this. Just say the word. Kettle. If you say it in the right, we believe you. If you don't, we won't. Yeah, but man's bloody rhyming over here. Mr. Stuart Cumberfield shakes his head, still unable to process the absurdity of the situation. What would you like to do? So you can either say kettle, or we can just slap him in the forehead. Say kettle. Okay. You close your eyes and summon all of your undercover coppery training as you say it. Without much movement from neither your lips nor your tongue, syllables of the word pop out of your slightly open mouth with a little break in the middle. The boy seems surprised but pleased. Okay. Alright, Copper. We believe ya. Oh, a real Copper would say it in that way. Blimey. Cheeky, Copper. Press enter to continue. Okay. The atmosphere of the alley gathering is very different now from when you first arrived. The recent actions seem to have relaxed everybody a little. You feel that there is something special about Mondo. He intrigues you. Apparently the feeling is mutual. You intrigue me, Copper. So, what's your name then? I'm starting to grow tired of the word copper. Yes, aren't we all? The name's Pitt. Jake Pitt. Mrs. Stuart Cumberfield unsuccessfully tries to hold back a faint snicker as you say it. Before Mondo and the boys get a chance to comment on your bond impression, Mr. Stuart Cumberfield decides to join the conversation for the first time. Okay. Well, the name is Mondo, by the way. It is true. My name is Mondo, like Mondo number 5 or something. First time since you arrived, Mondo seems turned off. It's Italian, you know? It means world. It's... my mom named that because she says I'm her world, okay? By the way, you're one to talk. What kind of name is Cumberfield? Eh? Yeah. Sounds like right cost swallow to me, man. Yeah, say so. Mr. Stewart Comerfield now regrets his decision to speak and remain silent. Just Anna continue. Okay. You can't shake the feeling that there is something special about Mondo. Maybe you were destined to speak with him for some reason. Maybe. Sorry about the way I acted before. Now this might sound strange, but I have this feeling like you're supposed to tell me something important. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, I'm not entirely sure what you're on about, but I'll do my best to oblige. See, normally I wouldn't spill nothing to the buzz. Right, lads? Right. But there is actually one thing that's been on my mind lately. See, there's a smell. Yeah, could be honking that. So, we used to hang around the courtyard of this rundown estate. Yeah? Well, we had to stop coming around there due to that funky smell. Don't know what it is though. Maybe you should investigate. Hey, Mr. Pitt. This could be something. Thought of a good old lead to follow up on. Really gets your cop spirit going. You can see that, although being the bleak British version of a cop, Mr. Stewart Cumberfield feels the same way. Okay, well, that's good. Also, if you don't like smells too much, you could always go and talk to my mom. I know it doesn't sound like much, but she actually knows a lot of weird stuff that might be of use to you. Says she knows who killed some American bloke back in the 60s. That does not indeed not sound like much to go on. However, as a cop, you shouldn't disregard information about a murder, ancient or not. You feel as if your decision in this matter will severely affect the outcome of your mission. What would you like to do? We could either investigate the smell, or we could talk to Mondo's mom. I feel like the smell would be more probable to follow up on. Oh, that was the wrong one. You and Mr. Stewart Cumberfield cautiously enter the courtyard of the rundown estate. Certainly a smell. Although it doesn't smell as bad as you imagined. Actually, you think it smells great. Kind of reminds you of the scent of Chinatown on Manhattan. So it's just Chinese food. You think about saying Chinatown thing to Mr. Stewart Cornfield, but quickly remember that you cannot reveal to him that you are an American. Then you wonder if the notion that a Brit could ever been to Manhattan is really that impossible to imagine. After much consideration, you finally say it. Kind of remind you of Chinatown on Manhattan, doesn't it? Mr. Cornfield, yup. You're both trying to establish the direction from which the smell is, or originating, when suddenly you hear a sound. Murday? Okay. What is it coming from one of the many doors facing the courtyard? A soft smoke emerges from underneath the door. As you walk up to the door, the oriental smell grows richer. You and Mr. Stewart Cumberfield make eye contact in agreement before you simultaneously knock on the door. The two of you are becoming quite the good cop partners. That's good. And continue. Okay, as the door open, you stand before what you assume to be the world's largest mustache. Looking past the man into the apartment, you see a soaking puddle on the floor, with the remains of a glass jar surrounding it. Welcome, officers. My name is Felipe Crocodile. Okay. How can I help you? He speaks in a thick French accent, which you will have to imagine for yourself. I don't know a French accent. I can't speak a French accent, but oh well. The giant mustache and the eccentric mannerisms of this man makes your cop instincts start to come alive. Only because of the recent life-changing encounter with Mondo, you managed to restrain yourself. Bonjour, monsieur. You hope that the sarcasm is evident to everyone present. Stewart, okay, we are investigating reports of a strange smell. Apparently, we have found the source. Bien sure. Okay, I hope I got that right. Of course, you wonder about the smells. The smells are a byproduct of my work, you see. And what kind of work would that be? Brewing. You're trying to unbutton the leather flap that keeps your gun in your holster. With your thick cop fingers, despite your efforts, the button stubbornly insists on keeping Felipe Crocodile alive. Before you manage to carry out your wishes, he finally elaborates on his earlier statements. It's kind of hard to explain. I will have to show you. Press enter to continue. There's gotta be a way to speed this up. There's gotta be, I'm dying. No. Oh well. I tried. You follow Felipe Crocodile into the depths of his Bohemia home. As you enter the kitchen, the smell hits your face like a 1987 Mike Tyson. There are dozens of pots and pans boiling and bubbling over this disproportionate number of flames on the gas stove. Each one contains a liquid with a different color and texture, and you can almost smell which smell comes from which. These are my brews. Mr. Stuart Cumberfield seems to have a hard time handling the scene. He is swaying uncontrollably, and pearls of sweat are forming on his forehead. Madness. Pure and utter madness. He finally stops swaying and sits down on the kitchen chair, exhausted. Like I said, it's kind of hard to explain. Really, best way to understand the brews is to try some. Stuart Cumberfield mutters something from his chair. Gently nod at Felipe Crocodile, showing him that you agree to this horrifying task. He smiles happily through his world record mustache. For the moment, I only have 3 brews that are finished. The first one is a really special brew. The base broth of this brew was actually made by a scientist who used to work at CERN. Okay. Unfortunately, he passed away before being able to finish it, so I had to add the last touches to the best of my ability. I have not yet tried it myself, but I think it might be able to give you extraordinarily powers far beyond what you can imagine. Powers. What's a brew? Okay. Look at the first brew. It is the greenest thing you've ever seen. Really enough, it does not seem to give off any scent. Second brew is a classic. Made it for years and drinking myself every day. It's kind of addictive, but I can promise you that it will do no harm. Do you no harm. Second brew was brown. Didn't look very special. Given a quick glance, it could easily be mistaken for a strange, thick beer. You lean forward over the pot and take a whiff of the thick beer-like liquid. As the scent hits your cough nostrils, a choir of angels begins to sing Mozart to you with soft, soothing voices. Lacrimosa. Dies Ela. A warm feeling you have never felt before comes over you. You like this brew. You wonder if this is what heroin feels like. Remembering all the junkies whom you have beaten on the head with your beloved ASP-21 expandable friction baton. If it is, you feel even less sorry for them now that you did before. Okay, now for the third brew. Really the pick of the bunch, in my opinion. Third brew is inside of a container, and you cannot see what it looks like. The lid has a straw coming out of it. I assume a sophisticated gentleman such as yourself has already been able to distinguish a certain oriental smell. No? Well, this is the source of that smell. This is actually not my own recipe, you see. It's an ancient Chinese brew, said to have mind-healing powers. If I were you, I would choose this one. Really peeking back at the Brown Angel heroin brew, you can't help but to wonder if this third brew can make you remember the original purpose of your mission. But then again, there is never only one purpose in life. Do not trust this man. I beg you, Jake. If you insist on doing this, I think you should go with the first brew. It is time to choose. I suggest you choose wisely. So we can drink the green, brown, mysterious brew. So I either trust Stuart Cumberfield, the guy, or myself. Okay, if you want to play this for yourself, pick any option you want. I'm going to pick one. Put the large spoon back into the pot of glow-in-the-dark green blue brew and wipe your lips with the back of your shovel-like hot hand. Did it work? Did what work? It was designed to give immunity to radiation poisoning. Since you are still breathing, I think it's safe to say that the brew works. There is quite a bit of uranium-235 in there, you see. Cumberfield freezes up and suddenly seems completely restored to his former self. Interesting. If this is true, it could have a great impact on the current world order. Indeed, that's why I have been hesitant to test it. Implications are far greater than I think I can handle. You think that this is probably the time to reveal yourself and wrap up this mission. This is too important to be left unhandled. Alright. are the Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces of the United States of America. Okay. Yeah, I didn't know it was 2009. Crazy. The Yankee do those anyway. Okay. Just remember that you have a choice. Globally distributed, this brew can make the world a better place. So the idea here is that if a population is immune to radiation poisoning, the effects of a nuclear attack on said population will be far less devastating. Implications of this, that our nation inhabited by population gains a significant strategical advantage, especially if that has access to its own nuclear weapons, as in your case, thus breaking the Cold War era standstill, which is maintained by the mutual incentive to avoid nuclear warfare. Now, if instead this radiation vaccine were distributed to the global population, nuclear weapons would become useless, and the nuclear weapon states would lose their ultimate military superiority. Also, and more importantly, the threat of nuclear disasters would vanish, making the beautiful, clean energy source of nuclear power a generally accepted option again. Global warming would stop, and mankind will flourish. Before you make the call, you need to decide which way you want to go. What would you like to do? Of course, option 2, I don't even have to question that. You dial the number to the UN on your 2009 mobile phone. As your thick cop fingers struggle to pinpoint the location of the green symbol on the ridiculously small screen, Mr. Stuart Comerfield suddenly jumps out of his chair. Not him too. It was not a property of the Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces of the United States of America. Special Agent Stephen Gunn, CIA. You marvel at this unexpected turn of events. This man severely outranks you. Worst thing is that you are just now realizing that you didn't even have a cool undercover name like he did. Jake Pitt is your real name. So you were just a regular, relatively unknown cop. Nobody thought to give you your fake name. Sorry, Jake. I can't let you do this. You know how it goes. America, #1. But don't worry. I will still give you credit for this. We have no choice but to sit back as Special Agent Steve Gunn dials President Obama's private number to give him the good news. Pressing to continue. Okay. You are standing in the East Room of the White House. In front of you are some of the most influential and powerful people in the world. Behind you is President Barack Obama. You are about to be awarded the Presidential Medal of Freedom. President Barack Obama seems displeased. He quietly speaks to you from his position directly behind you. I don't know. Let's see, I try my Barack Obama impression. You know, keep telling them what nonsense this is, but nobody listens. Damn idiots. There are so many holes in this idea of yours. Do you even know how much damage a nuclear missile does on impact? There is no immunity to that, I can tell. But that I can tell you. Glorious roar of pride and sense of accomplishment that is ringing in your ears is completely drowning out Obama's words. You are a true American hero. Congratulations. You have won. Okay. Well, that's Jake Pitt. I like the game. I like the story. I really enjoyed the story. I just wish the text was faster. That's my only critique, honestly. I would have enjoyed it more if it was a little faster, so I didn't have to like, pause a lot. I hope y'all enjoyed the video though, regardless of that. Still credit the developer as always, you know, for making it. Because I mean, I don't make games, I just play them. So, of course, if you like the video, like, comment, subscribe, share, all that fun stuff. And I will catch y'all in the next video.